The film adaptation of Midnight's Children, Salman Rushdie's iconic book on the birth of a nation in 1947, is all set to release in India in February. The author, often dogged by threats and controversy after the writing of the band Satanic Verses, said he was sick and tired of a controversial being used as a prefix to describe him. Speaking to NDTV along with the director of the movie, Deepa Mehta, Mr Rushdie said it's not him, but extremist groups who enforce bans on books and artists who should be called controversial. Commenting on the pressure from some fringe groups to stop authors who will read his work at the Jaipur Literature Festival last year from attending this year, along with calls from other groups to stop Pakistani authors from attending, Rushdie said he hoped better sense prevailed, and it's these groups who needed to be dubbed controversial, not the authors and artists.
Was it difficult? The censors did clear it with not too many changes. Was it difficult to tell this political story? There's a Congress party in power. There have been run-ins that you've had over water. You know how...
that was the BJP.
No, I know. My argument being that you know how it takes just a bunch of few people to actually, unfortunately and tragically, change the impact of something. Salman went through this when he couldn't come for the Jaipur Literature Festival a year ago, and after that was able to come with ease. Yeah. But it illustrates that sometimes it takes a bunch of hooligans to change the impact of something, even though that does not reflect majority opinion.
Oh, I know that. I mean, and it isn't as I haven't thought about it. Like Salman mentioned earlier, I'm really surprised to be here. I'm surprised that the film didn't get banned. I'm surprised that...
you really thought it would?
People would see it, you know, when it was screened, whether it was at the different festivals all over the world. They'd say, my God, this really is moving. We didn't know about this. And, or whether they liked it or they didn't, but they all said, but it'll never be seen in India, will it? That was always the statement that happened. And, you know, you start believing it. And I was starting to get paranoid, and I'd talk to Salman and say, my God, what's going to happen?
Sometimes I worry that people have this automatic negative reflex.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Oh, it'll never be seen in India. It'll never get past this. It'll never get past that. You know, I mean, actually...
And also sorry, Salman, don't you... that's the other thing that happens is they keep on saying, but it's based on a very controversial novel. They think it's based on Satanic Verses. There's some confusion.
Disconnect or misinformation or basically ignorance.
Ignorance. No, it's total ignorance.
I also, you know, have got so tired of this word controversial that both of us have to carry around.
When will it stop being your prefix?
I don't know, when you stop saying it.
I didn't say it even once. Did you hear the fact that I did not use it once so far? I might yet.
I'm just saying, when I say you, I mean, you know, the media in general. I mean, I notice even just the press reports, you know, say controversial author Salman Rushdie might come to India. You know, I'm not controversial author, I'm just author. You know, and the controversy that arose was, I mean, why don't people say controversial Muslim leaders, you know, who are the ones who actually try to ban books? Why don't they say controversial politicians? You know, I mean, these are just artists doing their work. You know, and I think that we should be allowed to do it.
I think that's fair enough for you to feel that fatigue, but look at what's happening even right now. I was talking to Sanjoy Roy, the convener of the Jaipur Literature Festival yesterday, because once again media reports emerged of some sort of threats from extremist groups. One asking that those who read out from your book at the Jaipur Literature Festival should not be allowed back. The other suggesting that Pakistani authors should not be allowed in. We've seen Pakistani playwrights targeted. But mercifully in Delhi, Madiha Gohar, whose play was cancelled, was able to perform. Now, what ends up happening, and this is the really frightening thing, is that you can have the fringe dictate the agenda.
Well, totally. We've had that. I mean, I've had that.
You know, the country has to somehow find the strength to not allow that to happen. You know, because actually the Pakistani writers in question are some of the best writers in South Asia right now, you know, and I mean, either we're going to allow them to come and speak, or we're going to create a world in which people cannot exchange ideas, you know, and I mean, let's just hope that good sense prevails. I mean,
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.